Oh, I tell you, I don't even know how I even come across stuff like this. I know that I'm subscribed to RT, which I would advise you to actually go do the same thing if you actually want to learn something about real reporting and real news that's going on. Even though I hold all news sources suspect, but I tell you, um, some of the things that is going on in this country, it's madness. It's past madness. It's demonic. It is um, chaotically insane. I often say that this is a bizarre behavior. And what we've got going on today, it is, that how do you put words to some of the crazy stuff that is happening today, especially concerning police officers? I mean, I'll put the link down below right here, but there's a man. Oh man, I tell you, this is bad. This is really bad. There's a man that apparently ran a stop sign. Okay, all right. I don't know if he Cadillac rolled it or whatever. We all have our little habits of I guess at the stop sign. So this police officer decided he's going to pull him over just because the police officer suspected. You hear that? See, that's where everybody gets in trouble at. Everybody gets in trouble because all they have to do is trump up something and make up something, and according to the laws of this land, that gives them the so-called perceived right to do whatever they want with you. Now, again, you can let them go and do whatever they want with you if you want to remain in ignorance. That's the reason why I have knowledge of how to deal with these pigs and deal with these dogs on traffic stops, and knowing what to say and knowing what the law is, and binding them boogers by it. Because when you don't have knowledge, you're destroyed. And no doubt this man got destroyed because this man, the police officer, so-called quote unquote, because the way he was standing, suspected him of hiding drugs in his anus. Can you believe that? And so not only did they do that, they even got a warrant. Can you imagine this? They even got a warrant to search his anal cavity. And then when that wasn't good enough, they actually took him to the hospital and made him use the bathroom, and then they searched his elimination. I'm trying to keep this as pure as possible right here because this is crazy. This is what do you call this stuff? What kind of mind is this but just demonic? Then, man, what else? What else? What else can I say? When that wasn't good enough, they put him on an operating table and performed a colonoscopy. Can you believe? Can you believe that? Now, of course, he's suing. I guess that's the answer. You think about it, you're suing for Federal Reserve notes, and you sue anybody. For instance, you sue Walmart. You really ain't did no suing whatsoever at all because they insurance, they got so much insurance, so much coverage and stuff. The insurance company's the one's gonna pay, not Walmart. And all you truck drivers out there for Walmart, you know this. Whenever you plow and you kill somebody, Walmart is gonna throw you under the bus. They're gonna put all the charges on you because they done put you through all your little classes and everything. They're gonna throw you under the bus, truck driver, and they're gonna hit your credit. They're gonna put the judgment upon you, especially that providing if you settle out of court, then you're fine and good. But if you go to court, they play sticking it all to you. And the bribery is that okay, yeah, you killed somebody, you okay, we understand you messed some folks up and stuff like that. But after a year probation, we'll let you come back. And it's more like this. I tell you, it's just a mess. It's a little mess that goes on in this world today. What they call justice. Um, See, I guess I have a different perspective because I realize that I'm in my enemy's land. I realize that I live in a country that's trying to, at least outwardly, trying to make me seem like that I fit in, and that I'm a part of this country. But when you look at these laws, you look at the Constitution when they first drafted and drew it up, I didn't have any favor. My people didn't have no favor in this country right here. Now, the great divide is going on to where the people are starting to see that this thing ain't got nothing to do now with what color you are or what color you're not. This thing has to do with rich and poor. This thing has to do with who's ruling and who ain't. That's the reason why I go back again and again and again to that movie, that classic movie called Braveheart. Because Braveheart, William Wallace, and all the people, they are the 360 million Americans. That's who William Wallace and them are defending, supporting, and standing for. Edward Longshanks represents the United States government, the United States military, and all these alphabet soup organizations. And I tell you, we're watching this thing. We're watching this, and you know what? Chances are this cop won't get fired. He may get administrative leave, paid vacation. He can be right back out on the street again to search somebody else's cavity. Now, I have my own reservation in reserve, thinking that a man could sit there and look at another man standing funny, and he wants to inspect his rear end. I tell you what, is that not the culture of this country, though? Is that not the way it's going? The feminization of man? Huh? Isn't that true? Man, I'm telling you, we are. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? You don't know what may happen to you if you ever get pulled over on a so-called quote-unquote, look at this now, I'm going to say this now, look at this, routine traffic stop. Did you hear what I said? You have no idea what may take place. You just don't know if your family get pulled over. They don't know. I tell you what, let me give some wisdom. If you are a woman, you have children in the car, you ever get pulled over, the first thing you do is you get on that phone and you contact someone who you know that has your best interest in mind. I'm not talking about the police either, because they don't. I'm talking about a friend, or a true friend, a pastor, husband, your husband, and let them know exactly what's going on. Let them know where you at, location, time, and then not only that, when the cop comes up to the car, leave the phone running so everything can be said. Or either because these phones got some pretty good mics on it nowadays, just let the audio play or something. I was looking over on Alex Jones' channel, and they got a video thing for the rear view mirror that actually does video and records. Because I'm telling you, and even at that, if you have a video camera, there's still no guarantee that on a routine traffic stop, they may trump up something, decide to beat you with billy clubs, or either shoot you or kill you, because that happens too. And I can't help but my mind going back to these women in Texas getting molested on the side of the road, having the cops are actually sticking their hands down in their pants. See, we are so far gone as a society, and I keep trying to tell you about the decline, not only socially, politically, economically, and on the religious front. We're dumb, dormant, docile, demoralized, and demonized in this country. I mean, it is, and it's all happening because of these pharmaceutical drugs that everybody's on, and the chemicals and the drugs that they're putting inside the food supply. And I'm beginning to think that the only rational thinking people left in this world are those who are actually practicing separation. You know, come out of her, be separate, and living a quiet and peaceful life, because, you know, they got them old-fashioned values instilled in them where, you know, you grow your own food, you protect your family, and more than anything, you worship your Yah. All these things are slipping away from us. I mean, we are such an immoral society today. When I came from Canada, I went to Canada this year, okay? I came to them people up in Canada live in total terror of the police. I mean, total terror. I'm talking about fear. It's like way up here. way up here concerning the police in Canada. It is ridiculous and off the chain. The fear level that the citizenry has of their police up there in Canada. And that's what they want here in America. Oh man. See, what I'm getting to is this. It could be a routine traffic stop, all right? You never know how that thing may go. You never know. You better start getting on the phone and hope that you know somebody that's close by or somebody who is on their way. And when you come there, just kind of pull over to the side, back up a little while and stuff so you can monitor the situation. Because you never know. You never know if your wife may get raped or may get molested by another female cop. You never know if your children may get shot and killed on routine traffic stops nowadays. You don't know if they're going to get tasered or maced or abused or thrown in some jail, and you don't even know where they're at, because it's not even a guarantee. You may even get a phone call when you get to the jail. The way things are so jacked up nowadays. I mean, it is bad out here. Are y'all folks hearing me? It is bad. Whoo, boy. I tell you what. I think that everything we do in the time we're living in now should be calculated. I think before you just routinely just go out there and turn the ignition on your vehicle, I think you should carefully plan your route, the amount of time that you're going to be gone. But before that, I think you need to tell 2 or 3 people where you're headed at. I think you need to have a phone on you and a reliable contact number that somebody will answer the phone in case you need to call back home or call back to any type of place of residency for an emergency. I think you need to do everything you can possible to protect yourself. I really, truly do. Because I'm telling you right now, the system is just gone. It's gone. See, they have sold us an illusion of what they call what America is or what it should be. And we've bitten the lies hook, line, and sinker. We're bad as a people. We are bad. We're immoral as a society. We're jacked up religiously. We are under some type of mysticism. Just about everything that's going on today. We have what we call our truth. And then we want to jump on other religions and stuff when they're lying and stuff. But then you watch us. We don't care nothing about what that Bible says. We're functioning and doing that which is right in our own eyes. Every man that went about to establish their own righteousness. And it ain't no new concept. It's the same thing they do. So people, they can care less what the book said. They're going to do what they're going to do. And they're going to call it righteous. And they think they're going to get through what I'm going to use this phrase right at the pearly gates. But we are under some type of delusional mysticism when it comes to interpretation and perception in what we're living in right now, because nothing is as what it seems. And then when you think that things should be as what it seems like that even that in itself is an illusion and a delusion. And everything in the way that our minds, the way that it should work, it's not working. It's just not working. I mean, we're finished. We're finished. I'm telling you. Having that little small piece of land with a little simple place and a wood stove is looking real good. It really truly is. Oh, another thing, I never did get the article. I'm going to go ahead and hit this, but they did a study, and I'm hoping to get this article, but they did a study. And because, we have an epidemic of autism in this country. Now, what's happening is, and I told you, my personal feelings and my personal opinion about autism is that it comes through vaccines. It comes through when you birth your children in those things called hospitals, and they inject them with snake venom and monkey pulse and everything else. And they just pump them up. The baby didn't come out diseased. The boy, they sure gonna have it by the time they get finished pumping them up with all them injections. And I forget what the numbers was, but they did the numbers, And then they went to, and it was extremely high here in America. I think it's like 3 out of 10 children in America is guaranteed to get autism if you're born inside of a hospital. Then they went to the Amish community or Mennonite, something like that. And they was going to, look at the whole community as a whole in Pennsylvania, because it's a big area up in Pennsylvania. They found 4, so they thought they had something. And even at that, the rate is definitely a whole lot lower than society in itself. But what they found out, the children that had autism was one of them was somebody who had come there from China, and a family adopted them. And a family adopted 2 more. Another family adopted 2 more that already had this condition. But as a whole, as far as the Amish community goes, because all this information slips my mind, but as the community goes, nobody on that community has not one case of autism on the Amish community. We don't have any cases of autism around the Straightway. And those people, they don't birth their children inside of these hospitals. Why would you want to do that anyway? Why would you want to go to a hospital? I know the reason why, because of fear. Why would you want to go to a hospital and have a baby and stack up $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 bill when you know you can't pay it anyway? It's going to be written off, destroy your credit, everything else. Why do you want to do that and then get your children, who you know as soon as you have them at that hospital, that society is going to riddle them with vaccines. They're going to stick everything they can in them and torture those little children, sticking all those needles in them, putting all the vaccines in a little bitty tiny virgin bloodstream. No wonder they screaming and hollering and can't think. Y'all see our babies that are born, because the majority of our children that are born in the ministry, I would say 99.9% of them, or I say 99% of them, people who are in the ministry, they all have them at home. Now, we do have a couple of fearful people that they're going to go to the hospital, they're going to do it or what, and I don't go see them either. I ain't planning on seeing them either. Don't want to, don't need to. And I sit and watch the children who are born at home, who are not chemically induced by these vaccines. I watch the motor skills. I watch their reasoning. I watch their awareness. I watch everything about these little babies. And the babies that do not get these vaccines are babies who function a whole lot better. They don't do all that hollering and screaming. They can't, unless they spoil brats now, unless the family spoils them. But they don't do all that stuff. And I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, they are literally killing us as a nation. But you better start taking precautionary measures, because it's getting very dangerous to go outside of your homestead. It's getting very dangerous to go outside of your homestead and drive your car down the road, because you never know when a sheriff patrol or a police officer or a detective or somebody with a gun and a badge, or even somebody who's playing police, may want to try to pull you over, and it could be your last day on earth. It could be your last day. I'm telling you, you better start taking some precautionary measures. You ready? And a video camera ain't going to save you against injustices. You better hope that you know somebody along the way that can actually get to your position and actually can stand back and record that whole situation and watch the situation as an eyewitness, just for your protection. Because it's bad. It's bad when you are running a stop sign and you end up in the hospital on the bed, and they give you a colostomy because they feel like you are hiding some drugs. And then come, you know what? And then when you get finished with it all, they found nothing. You understand that? They found nothing. It's because the cops suspected. Reasonable suspicion. Whoa! And see, and they almost give them, matter of fact, they give them diplomatic immunity in this country. Y'all beginning to see this divide, that there's a us, the people, and them, the system? Are y'all beginning to see this, or is it just me by myself? And definitely do not leave your home without a firearm. You definitely have some type of protection with you. I know one thing, one gun can stop 50 men. I promise you, because don't nobody want that heat on their rear end from that bullet. Y'all have a blessed day.